Oh, this is going to be a bigger job than I thought it would be after nearly a month of being out of commission with my back, which is still not ideal, by the way. But I'm now able to stand up straight. As you can see, look at me, standing up straight. That's progress. I might not be able to do that by the end of the video though, because after, as I was saying, nearly a month of not really being able to work on the city, being out of commission with my ropey back, my new wood has arrived. I've made a couple of videos explaining the plan for the new wood. It arrived today. I've just brought it up from the loading bay downstairs with a plan. I've even brought my toolbox with me with a plan to set up the layout for the city. But because I've not really been in here, I'd kind of forgotten just how much of a mess we'd left it in here, because the wood that we've got, this big piece here, is supposed to go on there, which as you can see is currently covered in Lego. We've then got these behind there, 3 narrower pieces, which are going around the back in an L shape. And as you can see, all those areas are also covered in Lego. And then these 2 tabletops are going in this corner for the Lion Knight's castle to stand on as part of what is going to be like our little medieval corner, which is clear, but I need to clear off the majority of the base plates and also extend the train line loop as well. So what I had hoped would be a relatively quick couple of hour job that I could do in one video, I suspect is actually going to take me a little bit longer. And what I actually need to do today is tidy up and shift as much Lego as I can onto this table that you're currently standing on, which is relatively clear. So we're going to move as much as we possibly can over here. Also try and get this central island as clear as possible as well, because this is the area I'm going to stand the wood on while I'm attaching all the legs, because we don't have any, well, we do have the legs. I don't know where the legs are. I think I brought the legs here the other day. I think that's a box of legs down there. So we have got some legs. I've also got a couple more legs here. So we have got a few legs. And then I guess make a start on the wood. The thing as well is the bigger pieces of wood are very heavy. Thankfully, when I turned up here at the storage unit, it was all sat on a trolley downstairs, and all I had to do was wheel it up here and then move it from the corridor into here. So I've not really had to do anything in the way of lifting it. But obviously, once I've got the legs on it, I need to lift it up on my own, turn it over, and position it 6 times. So there is a chance I'm going to get the first one of those, get halfway through, and my back's going to go out again, and I'm going to be out of commission for another month, and it isn't going to get done. So that's a risk. There's also the risk that we might not even get that far, because I've got to move all the Lego first, and I've not really tried stretching and bending since I've hurt my back. So some of this Lego, again, could throw my back out. I hear what you're saying, Kev, take it easy, there's no rush. There kind of is, because I really want to crack on with the city. We can't really make any more progress on it until we've got the structure in, got the wood in. The Lego room at home is starting to accumulate sets. I've got the Block Party HQ there. I've got the Lion Knight's castle there ready to bring into the city. I've got a couple of roller coasters ready to bring in. I've started work building the next modular. So the production of Lego is continuing, and I need to be able to bring it here and put it somewhere. So I do kind of need to crack on with this. So I think we're just going to take it easy, be as gentle as possible, maybe start slow, do a little bit, and then try and do another little bit. And if it takes us 2 or 3 days, then it takes us 2 or 3 days, and that's just going to have to be fine. But in addition to that, we do have some exciting news, because I think I've already referred to this as the Lego City, as the studio in this video. Neither of them are actually its name. This studio has a new name. Henceforth, this is the Brick Prize Draws Studio. We have gone full Premier League football club and sold the naming rights to the studio to Brick Prize Draws, who you might remember from sponsoring the trip to Billund a couple of months ago. They've still got that prize draw running on their website. The link to that is in the description below for the awesome trip to Billund, and they're actually setting up a new prize draw in collaboration with us as part of the start of this wonderful friendship that we're having with them. Linked into the Lion Knight's Castle that I mentioned before, there is a prize draw that should be live right now, assuming I've got this video out on the right day. If it's not, that's 100% my fault. But there should be a prize draw live via the link in the description right now for a Lion Knight's Castle signed by me and Anna, and the winner of that prize draw will also win the right to name our Lion Knight's Castle that's going to be in the city. So you get, if you're the winner, a Lion Knight's Castle with me and Anna signing the box, plus you get to decide what the castle that's going to sit on the hill in the corner of our city is called. We do have veto power on those names. We're not going to have anything rude, nothing blue, but within reason, you'll get to name the castle in our city. And it's just one of a few cool things that's going to start happening over the next month. It's one of the other reasons why I do need to crack on and get on with the city, because obviously we've got a lot of stuff that we're kind of waiting to get into action over on Patreon as well. We have streets to name, districts to name, billboards to make, road signs to make. We bought a cricket just before my back flew out. One of those little sticker machines that we need to learn how to use to get some custom stickers done in the city. And we also have this box of cool stuff, which again, I've been sat on for a little while, but I guess while I'm delaying and afraid to start doing any bending or lifting, we're going to get all the admin out of the way first, because if I throw my back out almost immediately, at least I've done the admin, and we could probably scratch a video together then, couldn't we, while I then sit at home nursing my poorly back. But this is a box of goodies from Trix Bricks. If you're not familiar with Trix Bricks, there's a link to them down in the description below as well. And they offered us basically a voucher for their website to order a bunch of stuff for the city in exchange for saying it's from Trix Bricks. Thank you very much for sending it. And I'm not one to look a gift horse in the mouth, so we've done exactly that. We got to pick the stuff that we've got, and I've tried to get stuff that I think is going to be particularly useful for the city. So I did this so long ago now, I don't actually remember what I've ordered, but we've got, I think this is just a bunch of various signs and stickers, and I think it was like UK railroad signs, and obviously there's some Trix Bricks signs and some just little custom pieces there. We've got the pavement. You know how we've got, in fact I can show you, you know how we've got corners like this that are embedded in the road. Obviously that one will be moving because it's going to go under where the soon to be named Lion Knight's Castle will be. But when we had this in the Shelf City before, we kind of really fudged together how to take a tram line that's embedded into the road plate into a corner, because there was no simple way to do it. Well, the idea of this is it's a simple way to do it, because it's a whole load of, and I'm going to try not to lose any of the individual pieces, but it's a whole load of 3D printed pieces that basically you kind of have to work out the puzzle of how to get them in. Obviously it's going to take some fiddling, but the idea is, in fact I think that's one of the ones that goes in the middle there, and then you've got other bits that go around the side, and this little bag of pieces is exactly the right quantity and shape to completely embed one complete corner of tram line into the road. I saw someone had done this at I think it was the Brickish weekend in Leicester. I'm terrible with names. I forget the name of the guy who'd done it, but he told me that's where he got them from. So I got in touch, and that's where this all came from. We've got more of that, so that's 2 corners worth. We've then got a massive bag full of monorail track. This is an entire monorail loop. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I don't have any monorail trains, but I think my idea is when we eventually get around to the theme park, which is probably going to be on this table, I think we're going to put a monorail in it. And now I have some monorail track. Obviously the official Lego monorail track is super expensive and very difficult to get hold of. So I now have a solution that means I don't have to worry about that. And then we've also got a couple of these, which seem to be attached to each other. These are in a nice little box. So we've got 2 boxes of custom train track. So this is a load of support bits basically so that I have the option of, well, we've got train track on that level up there. Having these gives me the option to maybe make it ramp up and go up to the level that's going to be behind it. So we could have a loop that goes around and then up to a different level, because we now have a way to step up the support beams on that. Or we could maybe bring the track out over here and have it on the higher ones, suspended over there for a little bit. It just gives me options. And I figured that was a cool thing to have. So we got a box of the support bundles, and then we also got it's another box of support bundles. I think the idea was it's enough support bundles to be able to do a complete loop. So we've got loads of support bundles because I've got plans for all of them. So yeah, that's our little bundle of stuff from Trix Bricks. If you're interested in finding out more, like I say, there's a link to them down in the description below. They've not paid us a sponsorship or anything to talk nicely about them. I don't have to build them immediately, so these are just going to be put to one side and be used when we get to that point. But they did send me this stuff for free, and it's very much appreciated. So thank you very much to Trix Bricks. And that stuff all looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Right. Admin done. It's time to be a brave boy and try and move some Lego, I think.
And I was genuinely a little bit nervous going into this because I threw my back out moving a box of Pokemon cards out of this storage unit for me to sell on eBay. So the idea of moving stuff around in a storage unit again did fill me with a little bit of trepidation. But as you can see, we are fairly quickly getting the area clear that we need to work on, getting these legs on, and I'm moving stuff around pretty pain-free, and we're making some really good progress. So I think we're officially back in the Lego City, folks.
So far, so good. And we are making some good progress as well. I gave up on the idea of moving everything first because I realised if I move it first, I move it twice. Whereas if I get this end set up, I can then move pretty much all of the modulars onto here. It won't be in final positions. It won't have the roads and train and stuff set up, but we'll certainly get a feel for how it's going to be. And then we've got these two other longer pieces that are going to go across there. I don't have enough legs to do this bit, so I've just ordered another couple of packs of legs. So we haven't got the castle with us today anyway, and I also need to extend that track. So we probably shouldn't have done that today anyway, but I've just tested. We do manage to fit a train underneath next to that leg, which was the worry, but it can go through there. It doesn't hit. I don't know how I'm going to get that back with my back the way it is. Probably should have thought that through. I mean, it's a reasonable point for derailments as well. Although when we first set up the city, I do know I can reach into the corner. That lamp might have to go because it's probably going to be in the way of modulars, or at least push into the corner, maybe point up at the ceiling a little bit more, or we have something lower, maybe the construction site in that corner. But when we put that lamp in, we didn't anticipate coming quite this high. But my job now is to move most of that here. I'm now very much regretting attaching all the roads together, attaching the road to the train line, and because we now got to undo all that. But for now, I think I just break it apart and worry about reassembling it another day. And we just move the buildings and get them on here, which does feel pretty sturdy. I think we're probably good. And my plan is, we can actually explain it a little bit better now. We're going to have a tube station somewhere on here, and then some stairs that come down, and we'll actually have the train platform under there. So there'll be a train that runs along here and all the way along, and basically we'll have an underground go all the way along, which is going to be awesome. I can finally see it starting to come to life. The vision is being realised. I need to move some more Lego.
You have no idea how much fun, after nearly a month of not being able to do this, how much fun it is just to move Lego modular buildings around again. And
we're going to stop there because the stretching, the leaning over and stretching, I'm feeling that. The lifting, the doing the tables, no problem at all. But just moving this little row that I've done, it's not hurting, but I'm feeling the stretch in my back, and my chiropractor told me not to do anything, that I can feel in that way. So I think we're going to end it there for today, but we can actually get a feel for how it's going to be. We've got a little bit of a row of buildings on there. We'll have the other row in front there. Then this will be a road. This will be a road. We've got the train loop there. We're going to have like our superhero area there. So we'll have some of the skyscrapers, the sit complex that I've still not built. And then, yeah, there's just going to be so much room for so many more modulars. I've got so many customs I want to do. There's going to be so much cool stuff. And then I have all this area for beach and pier and fun stuff down there as well. So we've definitely made progress today. We're getting closer. We're not quite there, but we're getting closer. And I think I'm happier leaving knowing we've got a little bit closer rather than risking moving the other 8 buildings and throwing my back out doing it. So we'll do that next time, which might even be like in a day or 2 in the videos, as long as I don't wake up tomorrow unable to get out of bed because of the exertion. But I think we should be okay. But yeah, we're going to wrap this one up there. I'm excited. I like the way it's starting to look. Hopefully you do as well. As ever, let me know your feedback down in the comments. We are very much at that developmental stage where feedback is all important. Once it's all in place, it ain't ever moving. So get your feedback in now, or forever keep your pie hole shut. But yeah, these feel solid. I'm pretty comfortable. Maybe that leg needs to just be lengthened a little bit, but they're all adjustable. We've got a little bit of wobble there, but again, I don't want to lean over and do that now. I don't think it's going to collapse while I'm not here, touch wood, and I've got plenty to touch, unless there's an earthquake, which again seems unlikely. But yeah, we'll carry on with this next time we're here. And fingers crossed, within a week or 2, we'll have a layout and we can get back to focusing on what this was supposed to be about all along, which is filling it with super cool Lego, getting some trains in. Again, before I hurt myself, I even bought one of these so I can mount it to the train and have loads of POV shots from the various trains we're going to have. And by my count at the moment, we're going to have the underground train. We've got this train loop. We're going to have a tram that just runs along the length there. It's not going to turn. It's just going to run along the length. We're going to have a monorail for the theme park. So what's that? 4 trains. Plus something with that Trix Bricks stuff will be a 5th train. I like trains, and I don't think it's possible to have too many of them in the city. I mean, we could go 5 tracks wide underneath there if we decided we wanted to. There's so much space underneath these various raised platforms. It's very, very exciting. But for now, if you've enjoyed this video, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for us. Subscribe to the channel for loads more Lego content. And thank you very much for watching.